The basic prerequisites for the course is that you are already practicing as a Scrum Master and you know some things on Scrum Master activities, and you want to build and increase your skills in Scrum Master areas. Then you will be looking at this Advanced Scrum Master 7 Leadership with Safe course, where we discuss how to build on the skills we learned in the Scrum Master area earlier and how we can be even more effective and efficient in helping the team to deliver better. So the focus will be the tactical skills you will get to coach the agile teams to deliver business value. And in the Safe Advanced Scrum Master course, you will discover how to facilitate success for agile teams, agile release trains and the organization, and how to work effectively in remote environments with distributed teams. This advanced course will take your Scrum Master capabilities to the next level, as it will provide insights into your scaling agile practices across teams. And we'll have a lot of hands-on exercise and real-world scenarios in this 2-day program, where you will master advanced 7 leadership skills and develop strategies for driving organizational change. So this certification equips you with the advanced skills needed to excel in today's agile environments. So what are the key areas you'll focus on? So some of the key areas where you will focus on is the ability to improve your coaching and facilitation skills. You will learn techniques for conflict resolution, team motivation, and servant leadership. You will avoid common missteps and encourage relentless improvement. You will be able to guide your teams through complex challenges and transformations. You will uplevel your facilitation skills. So you will learn how to improve your skills for running key agile events, safe events, either in person or remote, and how to run high impact ceremonies. You build expertise, and you'll ensure participation from all the team members. You'll also learn advanced techniques for virtual facilitation and maintaining the team engagement. You will learn and apply lean, Kanban, DevOps, and safe principles to improve the team and business outcomes. You will master the techniques to optimize flow, how to reduce waste, and how to accelerate value delivery. And finally, you will understand how we can integrate these methodologies effectively within our organization's unique culture and context. And finally, you will also discover communities of practice, COPs. So you will discover how communities of practice will support continuous improvement activities and how to establish, nurture, and grow these networks, which actually drive innovation and knowledge sharing. You will also understand how to create sustainable learning environments, which will promote best practice, solve complex problems, and foster organizational agility. So these are the skills that you will build in this course. And by mastering these advanced leadership skills, as a Scrum Master, you will be able to lead your teams through any type of challenge and how to drive meaningful organizational transformations across units and teams, which delivers real business value for your customer. So as it's Advanced Scrum Master course, you will learn more details on how to implement it accordingly. So this is the scaled agile framework. This is the basic business agility model that we have. So here, let me just stop for a moment and show you where it is in our website. So you have the scaled agile framework website is there. So if you go to the website, you can see the safe configuration. So there are 5 configurations here. So you can see the big picture configuration, which is the basic overall status that shows the team level and program level activities. Then you have the essential, which is the two levels, team and program level. Then you have large solution, where you have one more layer, the solution level. Then you have the portfolio. And finally, you have the full configuration. This is the full framework. So you can see here that in the full configuration, there are 4 levels. So SAFe has got 4 levels. And depending on your requirement, you may do whichever type of implementation you prefer. A full configuration means all the 4 levels. Otherwise, the 3 levels, either with solution or with enterprise. So this is the basic level. Team flow, then next level is art flow, then next level is solution train flow, and finally portfolio flow, 4 levels. But generally, when you do basic implementation, you always do team flow and art flow. I mean, you do both. This is the bare minimum configuration you can look at. That is called essential. Team flow and art flow. This is called essential SAFe. And this is the bare minimum you have to do. You cannot do lesser than this, because then you cannot look at how to aggregate at program level. So you'll always have this bare minimum. So these two together are called essential SAFe. Team flow and art flow, this whole thing. Above this, you have the solution train flow. In case you have multiple solutions, complex solutions and all that. And if you are working in a bigger company, you will have multiple portfolios. So you'll have portfolio flow also. And all these are governed through an underlying backlog, which is team backlog, art backlog, solution train backlog, portfolio backlog. And all these are run through Kanban systems, which run these backlog. These are all also, like you could say, portfolio Kanban, solution train Kanban, art Kanban, team Kanban. So all these are taken care in that space. And these are the 7 competencies in SAFe. You have the continuous learning culture on the right side here. Then you have lean agile leadership. And you have team and technical agility. And you have agile product delivery. And then 3 more you have. You have the enterprise solution delivery at the solution level, lean portfolio management at the portfolio level, and organizational agility at the overall level. So these 7 areas are called as competencies. So we have 7 competencies in SAFe. These are the 7 competencies. Now, for each of these competencies, we'll have 3 domains. So within that, we will have the various domains. So that is how we look at all these things. And all these are links. So anything you want to go and understand that area, you just have to click it, because that will take you to that page. Earlier, these things were all free. Now they are all, you need to have a membership to view all those things. Some of it you will see at the high level, but beyond that, you cannot see it unless you are able to log in, and you have to be a member. So generally we say this is the big picture of SAFe. So mostly this is the SAFe big picture. Where we look at how the whole thing works. So let's get back to our slide now. So this is what we saw on the website. So this is their official website, scaledagileFramework.com. And you have all the details on the Scaled Agile Framework and what it is in the website. So here you can see that the 7 competencies: lean agile leadership, team technical agility, agile product delivery, enterprise solution delivery, lean portfolio management, organizational agility, and continuous learning culture. These are the 7 competencies. Each one of them has got 3 domains. Within that, you can see 3 domains in organizational agility: lean thinking people, lean business operations, business agility. All these 3 are the domains. So each competency area has got domain. So here you have some domains: strategy and investment funding, agile portfolio operations, and lean governance. These are the 3 domains of lean portfolio management competency area. So we can now understand that if each competency area has got 3 domains, so 7 competency areas are 21 domains. So SAFE has got 7 competency areas and 21 domains. So that is an important aspect to remember, and how to manage the flow for your activities. You have to see how to do that. So this is the basic big picture diagram. Along with that, you will see some of these things, and all these we have segregated and classified only to ensure we can focus in a better way. And all this actually leads you to delivering business agility for the customer. So why are we doing this? We are keeping all this in this format and other things so that it helps us to improve the delivery of business value to our customer. So business should improve based on the implementation of these activities and framework. So like any framework, we will have values and principles at the high level, and then we will have practices at the lower level, and at the lowest level we have tools, various tools that are used, because it's a tool is more like not a human thing, so it is at the lowest level. And what are the core values of SAFE? We have 4 values. So one is alignment, transparency, and 2 more we have: respect for people and relentless improvement. So let us look at what is alignment. So I have a large organization. There is a department that is going for agile and scaled agile, that is scaled agile framework, SAFE. And they have so many teams. So some teams are there in each department, and the organization leader has also given the key objectives, what we have to follow and things like that. But all the teams are following in different ways. One team is doing something else, another team is doing something else. So they are all not aligned. So when you're not aligned, you cannot gain maximum benefits. You cannot deliver value to the customer. So the vision, mission, and strategy should be communicated by the leaders to all the team members. And you will have to connect strategy to execution. And you have to speak with a common language. And you should understand your customer and see how to check for the understanding, so that everybody is aligned. If all of you are in different directions, you cannot deliver anything to customer. So alignment is a SAFE core value. Transparency. Everything has to be transparent. You cannot hide it and do in different ways. Then people will not know what exactly is happening. Transparency means we create a trust-based environment. We communicate directly, openly, and honestly. And any failures, any mistakes that we get, we turn it into learning moments instead of trying to blame the person. We visualize work, we see what type of work we have, etc. And we provide ready access to the needed information. Somebody wants some information on something, we are able to provide access to them at the earliest. So that is what transparency is all about. The other 2 values of core values of SAFE, the third one is respect for people and relentless improvement. So what is respect for people? So as it is obvious, we respect others and they respect us. So it's like that. So we hold precious what it is to be human. We respect the people irrespective of value diversity. And then we also grow people through coaching and mentoring, so that we already continue doing. And then we have embrace your customer is whoever consumes your work. So we need to adopt this line for our requirement. So the customer is the person who consumes the work, who uses our work to do some activity. We also need to build a long-term partnership based on mutual benefit. So that is important. And that is how you build respect for people. The last one is relentless improvement. This is like your continuous improvement. You create a sense of urgency in the people, and then you build a problem solving culture and look at continuous improvement. So you reflect and adapt frequently, and then you let the facts guide the improvement. It's not opinion based, it is based on facts. And then you provide time and space for innovation, anything to be done and things like that. So these are the four core values of SAFE that we will learn as part of the framework in our two-day program on Advanced Scrum Master. Just like we have values, we also have principles. So what are the principles? They are called lean agile principles because SAFE focus on lean agile. It's not only agile, it's also lean and agile. So we call it as lean agile leaders, lean agile principles, lean agile activities. So everything is lean agile. In the sense, we do both. So there are 10 SAFE principles here. We will not be discussing that here. It will be part of our course where we discuss all this. We will have some exercise, we'll have some quiz, some discussions, which will help you to build your skill as an advanced Scrum Master. So these are the 10 lean agile principles. That is, take economic view, apply systems thinking, assume variability, preserve options. So what are these things? We will be discussing in the course, in the two-day program. And the one in blue, that is what our focus will be more as compared to the other ones, because that's the focus for our delivery. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. These are the areas to focus for our basic SAFE Advanced Scrum Master, because that's what we'll be looking at to help out. The other also are valid, but the focus will be different. So the fourth principle is build incrementally with fast life cycles. The fifth one is base milestones on objective evaluation of working systems. And sixth is make value flow without interruptions. And seventh is apply cadence synchronized with cross-domain planning. So some of these are automatically interlinked. So we do this, it also impacts other principles also. 8 is unlock the intrinsic motivation of the knowledge workers. And 9th is decentralize the decision making. And finally, organize around value. So whatever work we do, we have to organize around value. We cannot just put something in place and say this is what it is. It has to be organized around value. So these are the SAFE lean agile principles. So by attending the two-day program, that is the SAFE Advanced Scrum Master, what are we going to learn? So what we learn is how to facilitate multi-team environment. In a multi-team environment, how can we as Scrum Masters facilitate the learnings and activities? How do we adopt scalable practices? And how to build advanced facilitation skills? And build the communities of practice. So we will have to have COPs and chapters, guilds, leagues, etc. So how do we build that? And finally, we have lead distributed teams. How do we lead the distributed teams? How do we do the work? That's the final thing. So what are the key questions that we'll be looking at in this course, the SAFE Advanced Scrum Master, the next learning step? We need to understand how to scale the agile practice effectively. How do we enhance program level facilitation, and how do we develop advanced coaching techniques? So we will be understanding and learning all this in the two-day program. We'll also be looking at how to facilitate large room planning events. How do we coach across team boundaries? And what are the techniques for building high-performing arts? Arts are agile release trains. So we'll discuss what is art and the agile release trains. A recap will be there, because as Scrum Master, some things you would have learned. So as Advanced Scrum Master, you learn even more. Then we will be looking at skill improvement. How will we improve our coaching and facilitation skills to support the team? What are some of the advanced techniques we can look at, like servant leadership, conflict management, and also promoting continuous improvement across the organization. And here we look at advanced facilitation methods for the distributed teams, some techniques for handling the complex team dynamics, and some tools for measuring and improving the team performance. And finally, we have how to avoid anti-patterns. So what are common anti-patterns to avoid when encouraging improvement at scale? So we'll learn that, and we'll also understand, identify, and challenge, and also understand how to address the challenges that impede our organizational agility and team performance. So we'll learn how to manage dependencies across teams, how to prevent silos in big companies, and finally, how to address resistance to change at scale. So if you're going to say we are doing agile at scale transformation, we want to change and all, there will be resistance. So many people may not be interested to do it and things like that. So we need to see how to cope up with that, manage it, and address resistance to change at scale. So now let us look at the topics that we cover in SAFe Advanced Scrum Master. These are the various topics we cover in the 2-day program. We first look at a recap and exploring the Scrum Master role in SAFe. So you would have seen that in the earlier course called Scrum Master. Here we'll be looking at a quick recap and a high-level discussion. So what is the Scrum Master challenge in the enterprise? What are the basic constructs and purpose of SAFe? And how do we establish Scrum Master connections in SAFe? So here we have the first lesson that focuses on exploring the Scrum Master role in SAFe. The second lesson focuses on applying SAFe principles. We already saw the SAFe principles. So here we will discuss in depth all those SAFe principles, the 10 principles which are there. In lesson 3, we'll be looking at exploring Agile and Scrum anti-patterns. So if we don't do the work properly, how the delivery will be affected. If the product owner role is not done properly, how we will try to improve and things like that. So we look at lesson 3, exploring Agile and Scrum anti-patterns. So we will also see if there are any anti-patterns associated with the product owner role. So this way we will see that the anti-patterns are addressed effectively. And we will also look at how stories and tasks will lead to anti-patterns. How do we identify some context-specific anti-patterns? So all these things we will discuss in lesson 3. Lesson 4, we look at facilitating program execution. How to run the agile release train, how to synchronize development with that and other things. How do we organize the teams on the train? And how do we plan the planning interval? So we will look at how to do PI planning. So PI planning means planning interval planning. And how do we plan the interval and how do we do the planning for that? That is a 2-day program where we see how to look at what we need to build and all that. So that is your PA planning. So we learn how to do that through some simulation and a demo game and things like that. So that is lesson 4, facilitating program execution. Lesson 5, here we focus on improving flow with Kanban and XP. XP is extreme programming. So we build the Kanban board. How do we come up with the Kanban board and all we discuss? How do we measure and optimize flow? How do we build the quality in when we develop the product? And how do we foster engineering craftsmanship and things like that? We also ensure collaboration between the architects, system thinkers, system teams, operations, and other members. In lesson 6, we look at building high-performing teams. So how do we foster collaboration in the team? How do we facilitate team collaboration, build trust, stakeholders, and all those things? Lesson 7 will focus on improving the program performance. How can we improve the overall performance? Anything to be done? We explore the inspect adapt process, and we apply problem solving workshop to come up with solutions for difficult problems. And finally, lesson 8, we look at practicing safe, where we give you some details on some safe portals, some links, and other things where you can get some information from the web and from the community portal. And also your profile, how it is created, and what are the things you can see in your profile and other things. So in brief, these are the various lessons we'll be doing as part of Advanced Scrum Master course, which is a 2-day program. So if you see the lesson plan course outline for this 2-day program, this is what we'll be focusing on. Exploring the Scrum Master role, roughly 15%, like that. So this shows that the weightage for each of these areas is like this. Because at the end, you will have an exam for Advanced Scrum Master, which you have to write, like the other Scrum courses and the SAFE courses. So once you clear the exam, then you get the certificate SAFE Advanced Scrum Master. And this is the weightage in the exam for some of those areas. So 15% of the questions will come from this area, like that. So the lesson plan is, we will be first exploring the Scrum Master role. We already saw that. Then we'll be applying the SAFE principles as lesson 2. That also we saw. Lesson 3 is exploring Agile and Scrum anti-patterns. Then we have the other lessons, that is facilitating program execution. That is the PI planning and how we work with the Agile release train, art. Then how to build high-performing teams. How do we improve our flow with Kanban and XP? And finally, how to improve program performance. Here we explore the inspect and adapt process and how to apply the problem solving workshop to come up with solutions for complex problems. This is the lesson plan. So an important thing which all of you should know here is that earlier the SAFE Advanced Scrum Master was like a typical training program. We do the session and we do the exercises and all, but then a major change happened. So the SAFE Institute has changed the way we give the program. So it is experiential hands-on program where you will have some case study scenario, you have to discuss and come up with your answers. So that is why the SAFE Advanced Scrum Master certification, these changes have taken place. So it was started off in 2024 and then the new changes have come. So what are the new changes? So in February 2025, the old version is no longer available. From March, the new version is there. So what are the changes and what is the new version for the Advanced Scrum Master? So this is a new path. Here you focus on optimizing your Scrum Master practice. But what happens is, these exercises and all are fully experiential. You will get a case study and you will have to discuss about it in the session with other members and things like that. So it is a modular and blended learning path for getting your Advanced Scrum Master certification. You will see how to address conflict, manage dependencies, optimize flow, cultivate a high-performing team. So here you will be focused on engaging with short instructor-led sessions and other ways of learning. You'll have some videos to go through and learning lab will be there. And it encourages a learn and apply cycle to support continuous improvement. So what are the various components of the Safe Advanced Scrum Master course? So these are the components. We have three main key components. First one is you will get one micro credential certificate, which is Advanced Facilitator, Conflict and Collaboration. Once you undergo this course, you will have this micro credential. Then you will be building skills in three different areas as part of safe skills, self-paced. So the safe skills self-paced is we have three different modules and you'll be building skills in these three areas. One is measuring team and art flow. Then we look at accelerating the team flow. And finally, you have the cultivating high-performing teams. So these are the three safe skills. So once you complete these, you will get a skill certificate, 3 skill certificate. And finally, you have the learning lab. So here it is a half-day program. I mean, within the 2 days, this thing will happen. And it's a 4-hour intensive experience where some case studies will be there. You have to go through, learn, and then give your opinion on how to do it. And other people will also be there. So all of the members can learn together. So it's a practical application workshop, peer learning opportunities and mentoring. So each component of the certification path, it builds upon the other components and it creates a comprehensive learning experience. So this is the new change in the Safe Advanced Scrum Master implementation. So instead of the typical traditional PowerPoint and other things where you have the talk and then some discussions, here it is extremely experiential and practically oriented. So you have 3 separate areas to focus on. And the first one is a micro credential, conflict and collaboration. The second one is team safe skills. You get 3 safe skills. And together, all these components, then you build the skills and then the learning lab. So together, all these components build a learning path for you on how to be an advanced Scrum Master and how to experience those changes. So this is the new format of the Safe Advanced Scrum Master course delivery going forward. 1 micro credential, 3 safe skills, and 1 learning lab. Altogether, you would have multiple certificates, and finally, the overall certificate is Safe Advanced Scrum Master. So this is an advanced role. So this is the change that has happened. So this is the advanced role certification path you can see here. So you may be safe certified or not, that's okay, but at least you should know Scrum Master and basic Scrum Master certification, something you would have done. This is an advanced course, so that's why we will be looking at higher level than basic Scrum Master, which you should have learned earlier. And you'll be doing this micro credential course, that is blended learning. This is one. Then the 3 safe skills, which we saw earlier. And then we have a learning path, cohort-based practicum. We have a learning lab. And finally, we get the certificate. Once you write the exam and other things and all, it's advanced certification path, you will get certified. Advanced role, you will be certified as Safe Advanced Scrum Master 6.0 or 5.0, whatever the version number, and dated so-and-so, and that is how you will get the final certificate. So this is how the Advanced Scrum Master certification path route or roadmap or journey is observed. This is the new way of running the course that you will be taking part in, that is Safe Advanced Scrum Master. So now we will look at what are the benefits of the Safe Advanced Scrum Master certification path. It is a validated career performance. So it is recognized global credential throughout the world, and timely effective learning you will get. You will also have a good learning, adaptive learning experience. And a lot of the concepts would be done through hands-on practice. So you learn it properly. And then you have supportive learning environment where you learn how to experience facilitated peer-to-peer engagements in the lab, with expert guidance. So these are the benefits of Safe Advanced Scrum Master certification path. Now, what do you exactly learn in the Advanced Scrum Master certification path? We already saw that before. Now you'll be seeing some other things here. You'll see that we will be learning about facilitation skills. We'll be looking at safe 8 flow accelerators. We'll be looking at how to manage high performance teams. And finally, we'll look at some practical applications on what you have learned and how to implement it through case studies, real world scenarios, practical applications, and practice problem solving with real world challenges. And also you get some hands-on experience on using some tools and techniques so that it will help you in your workplace when you are looking at implementing SAFe. So the first component, advanced facilitation, conflict and collaboration, the micro credential that you get, you'll be focusing on one day this thing. So the self-paced learning, 2 hours, you learn some basic thing, and then a workshop will be facilitated workshop where you will learn how to manage conflict, how to manage collaboration, and things like that. So the facilitated workshop will have hands-on exercise and real-world scenarios with expert feedback and coaching, peer learning sessions, and action plan. So you learn how to build these skills. Then you will have the next component, that is the 3 safe skills, that is measuring team and art flow, accelerating team flow, and cultivating high-performing teams. So these things also these 3 modules you will do, and you will get 3 skills, safe skills, and you will learn how to manage these things. And finally, you will have the learning lab. This is the last component of the 3 components in the Safe Advanced Scrum Master training focus area. So you'll have some learning lab where you'll have hands-on practice, some guidance will be there. You'll have real-world scenarios and peer-to-peer engagement through discussions and other things. And this is the future of the Scrum Master with SAFe. The advanced certification helps you to validate your expertise, practical skills, continuous learning, and career advice. So the SAFe Advanced Scrum Master certification, it provides credibility and capabilities that you need to succeed in the large companies as part of the enterprise scale agile transformation. So these are some of the things you will build your skills. So if you are doing the SAFe Advanced Scrum Master, you will get the certificate as SAFe Advanced Scrum Master, SAS. If you're doing some other thing, you'll get the certification like that. So you can see that the SAFe Institute offers so many courses and you have different types of certification. Of which today what we discussed is SAFe Advanced Scrum Master, which is nothing but your SASM. So with this, I come to the end of the masterclass. And if you have any questions, we can take. Maybe we have about 10 minutes left. Yeah.
If one have any questions, feel free to ask. think we don't have any questions, sir. So before we end the session, I would like to request everyone to open your cameras. So this is part of our NTW2025 documentation. May I request everyone, please, to open your cameras. Thank you so much. Anyone? So I can start screen shares now. kindly turn on your cameras.